But I'm Marian Leary. I am the Director of Innovation at Penn Nursing and one of the co-organizers for the Nurse Hack4Health. And I am lucky to be here with my friend and colleague, Hiem. Hiem, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. I'm Hiem Nadell, and I am also one of the co-organizers, and my day job is the Director for Innovation at Mass General Hospital in Boston.
So setting the stage a little, what is a hackathon? So the term hackathon itself comes from the word hack or hacking and marathon. And marathon really because it is a very intensive, long event that starts on a Friday night generally and goes all the way through to a Sunday afternoon. So it really is a long stretch of an event where you're really working very hard the whole entire time, but it is so much fun. If we can work the word fun into hackathon somewhere, I think that would really make the term that much more inclusive. So it really includes teamwork, innovation, and like I said, intensity because of the amount of collaboration and work you're doing over a short period of time. A hackathon process looks a little bit like this. You first identify a problem. You then break down that problem, trying to create a potential solution, and then you iterate and move that solution forward. And it's really the sort of the innovation process, right? Where you're understanding a problem, defining the problem, ideating, prototyping, and then testing your solution. And you're going to do many of those components over a hackathon weekend. And Hiem, please feel free to jump in if I'm not being complete in what I'm saying.
You are fantastic.
So this is what a hackathon timeline looks like, and specifically what our Nurse Hack4Health timeline will look like. So on Friday night, you're going to pick a track that you'd like to solve a problem for, and we're going to show you the tracks in a little bit. You're going to either start a team or find a team who is working on a problem in a specific track that you're interested in. You will hack over the entire Saturday and Sunday morning. You'll be getting a lot of feedback. We have some different design sprint sessions and pitch feedback sessions worked into Saturday. You're going to take all that feedback. You're going to iterate over that Saturday evening, Saturday night, while also joining us for a fun happy hour. And then you're going to pitch your problem and solution to a panel of judges on Sunday. So like the hackathon term says, it is a jam-packed, high-intensity marathon of creating solutions to problems and hacking them over the weekend. The three key events that we really like to remind the teams to focus on over the weekend that really set the stage is that first team formation component that will happen Friday evening through to early Saturday morning. We always do have teams who are still forming early on Saturday morning. Then you work on your solution over that Saturday with your team. You do a practice pitch session on Saturday afternoon, and then a final pitch on Sunday afternoon. Those are the three key events of the weekend. We are, however, missing the Saturday night happy hour. That would be our fourth key event of the weekend. So these are the tracks. So I didn't mention the theme for this hackathon is building a more sustainable nursing workforce. So this hackathon is really about you all and the profession and how we can make the profession of nursing more nursing user-friendly. And we really want you as the nurses to help in building what that future looks like. And so there are 4 tracks for this hackathon include diversity in practice and care, education, upscaling, professional development, admin efficiency and nurse-led care delivery, and then an open topic that's related to the theme of sustainable nursing workforce. So on Friday night, when you're thinking about what topic you want to focus on, you'll pick a track again, you'll go into that on Microsoft Teams. There will be different channels for the different tracks. You'll go into that track. You'll either determine that you want to create your own team, or you'll find a team focused in one of these track areas who are working on a problem that you are interested in, and you will join that team. I know this is just a lot of words. I promise it will make more sense in a little bit and during the hackathon, and we will all be there to help you out if you for whatever you need. I'm not going to read all of this, but this is some more in-depth information about each of these tracks so that you can decide which one best fits the area that you'd like to work on over that weekend. These are on both our website and in the Nurse Hack4Health 2021 Fall Hackathon Microsoft Teams channel. So all this information is already out there for you to review. So when I talk about team formation, like I said, you're going to find your track and potentially an idea that you like, unless you'd like to form your own team and pitch an idea. You're going to mingle and talk with other hackathon participants, see if they want to start a team with you, or see if you're a good match for joining their team. And then you guys will all form a team around whatever unmet need or problem that you've identified. And then you'll work with that team throughout the entirety of the hackathon, throughout the entirety of the weekend, to create a solution to that problem that you've identified as a team. And then together you will pitch the problem and solution at that pitch event on Sunday. We have a great app in the Microsoft Teams platform called Team Builder. That's where you will go to either, again, create your own team or to search for what teams exist and who's still looking for members. So if you see this little illustration here, when you're in the general channel, which is what we're all in right now for this meeting, up at the top it says Team Builder. You can go in there, and you can actually go in there after this session, and there are teams that have already started to form. So you can go in there and see what teams are already forming, see if there's anything that catches your interest right now, or wait until Friday night. If you have an idea, you can add your team as well. Totally up to you. And this is just a quick training video on how to use Team Builder. So if you want to, again, make your own team or you aren't sure, you can always go to our nursehack4health.org website. And there are a number of different training videos on there, including Team Builder. And this is just a good reminder that there are also training videos around design thinking, about crafting the perfect pitch, about using Microsoft Teams, and a variety of others. So please check those out as well so you can be as up to date and knowledgeable before the hackathon starts. And they're not very long. They're usually only about 12 or 20 minutes long. And new this year, you can get a badge for completing those, which can go onto your social media sites or wherever you'd like to use those. All right, Hiam, is this you or me?
I advanced it to the next slide, Marion. And do you mind keeping? No, that's still you.
Oh, okay.
I'm happy to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just keeping in mind when you're hacking that you want to make sure that you understand the needs of the end user for whom you are designing a problem, a solution for. So you want to make sure the solution meets the end user's needs. You want to be open to being able to iterate it, take feedback, test it out, and then be able to scale it out. And so you want to always be thinking about those things while you are going through the early stages of this process. And then, based on a story, you don't want to go into creating a solution that doesn't have a background issue or problem, and you want to make sure you understand what that problem is and be able to articulate it, especially when you're going into Sunday's pitch session. So there's a lot that goes into hackathons that use the innovation process that combine design thinking, that combine creativity, that combine storytelling, and all those different skills together. And you'll be using all those over this weekend. We'll also, again, we have educational videos to train you up on some of those. And one slide that didn't make it in here, but we are going to offer an optional design sprint session on Saturday morning for teams that need a little more help getting their sort of customer journey figured out, and trying to help with coming up with solutions to their problem in a more structured way. Is this you, Pam?
I'll take over.
Okay, sorry, I can't see the slide numbers.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll do it. So I know this seems like a lot, but trust me, once you go through all the trainings that are already recorded, you'll really get a better sense of all this information. But essentially, whenever you are thinking about a problem, you should be asking lots of questions. And usually it's the 5 W's. So who does this problem affect? Okay, so who's the end user? And what is actually the problem? So really break it down to its, really at its very granular level to make sure that you actually have the right problem and why is it a problem? And when does the problem occur? When does the problem need to be fixed? And then where does the problem occur? And then finally, why is it so important to fix the problem? Now, these are things that you want to be thinking through so that when you come to gather your pitches, you'll be able to answer a lot of these. Next slide. So again, it's starting with a well-defined problem. It has to be a clear, concise statement that describes the symptoms. And this is what we call generally in innovation as your pain point. Okay, and in quantifiable terms, what that means is if I'm addressing nurse retention, we should understand what how many nurses are actually being retained at the hospital, or how many actually leaving the bedside, or whatever institution you're coming from or work environment. Also, we love to tell stories, so it should be done through storytelling. And it enables people, the storytelling really enables people to readily grasp and understand what you're really trying to accomplish. So if you are working in a fertility clinic, you want to describe that problem very carefully, because even though I'm a nurse, I may have never worked in a fertility clinic. So you really want to walk people through so they stay with you. And also your problem will serve as a great communication tool. So helping people really buy in and support you on your journey. Next. So although we're not going to tell you to give us a business model and put together a business plan, we want you to think about a lot of your stakeholders. So, is it the patient that you're thinking about? And again, asking the same 5 W's that we just went over. And think a little bit about who is going to pay for this solution. Will it be the providers? Will it be the healthcare system? Will it be the insurance companies, pharmacy, etc.? Just sort of have an idea of where the money will come from or who will pay for it. And then the next slide. Okay, so everybody asks us, what does success look like at the end of this hackathon? So what we're asking you for is what we call a minimally viable product. Okay, so you'll see on the screen here that all the way to the left is very bare-boned at the start of a solution. And then all the way to the right is actually quite a viable solution that's already ready to go to market or ready to be implemented. And we want it somewhere in the middle. And so it'll be minimally a workable solution that you can actually test and iterate and redesign and etc. So another thing that we ought to tell you is there will be lots of developers here to help you throughout your journey, and some will even join your teams. So we don't want you to really worry about that. And then I think success is always how you have developed personally, because you're going to be trying a new skill, you'll be meeting new people, making new connections, and really demystifying the entire innovation entrepreneurship journey. Next slide. So here are all the pre-hackathon schedule and recordings, and you'll see the link to where they all are. We really, really encourage you to please go in. And you'll see Marion talking about design thinking and human-centered design, how to create your pitch. That's recorded. There'll be tech talks and how to build power apps. So really, I think it'll be very important to make sure that you do this. And as Marion mentioned earlier, you will also get a little test afterwards, and that you could apply for a badge that you've actually completed the skill set that you can use on your resume, post it on social media, or even go back to your own institutions and let them know. Next. Oops. Okay, so we will on Saturday between 3 and 5, we will have pitch coaches, and you will all be asked to practice your pitch in front of them. So you will have 3 minutes to talk about your problem, your solution, and et cetera that we talked about within 3 minutes. And then those coaches are going to be able to give you feedback. So you'll take that feedback, you make your adjustments as needed, and then you'll be ready for the final pitch, which is on Sunday. Really, really, this is so good to really just get all the nerves out and practice. It will be in a very supportive environment. Marion and I will be all over the weekend, so we can help you. You can practice with us as well. But this is a really, really important session to attend. And we'll get into more detail during the hackathon on when you'll be scheduled, because we still need to learn how many teams are already formed, et cetera.
And I'll just say, for those who have never done a pitch before, don't worry. Like Hiem said, we will be around all weekend and we'll be helping you. But also, Hiem did a great crafting the perfect pitch training session, which you can again get on that on our website under the trainings tab. So there's lots of resources to help you, and this event is set up to provide you, like Hiem said, the skills and education that you may not have had before. So we hope that these sessions will really help to make you more comfortable with what's going to happen during the event.
Thanks, Marion. And for the final pitches, again, you will have 3 minutes to talk about your problem and the solution. And I know people are always like, are you kidding me? Just 3 minutes? But it's really important that you are able to communicate all of the important factors within that amount of time, because in reality, that's all you'll probably get when you go in front of leadership or in front of investors, if that's the end result, et cetera. And so the final pitches will take place on Sunday. Your final pitch deck will be due at 11 a.m. on Sunday morning. And then you'll be able to start the pitches on Sunday at 12 in front of our esteemed judges, or what we're calling panelists. So the panelists will score you and then provide you feedback. And then after the hackathon, there will be other opportunities for you. For example, Johnson & Johnson has created the Quick Fire Challenge. We have the Drexel Sanciel program, which is a weekend that we will have some scholarships so that you will attend, that you may be able to attend. And also some of our attendees will also be able to get on a podcast, and we'll give you more information around that. So the next slide, please. So here's the evaluation criteria. Again, this is all posted for you. I'm not going to read it, but this is what the panelists or the judges will be evaluating you on Sunday. And we can leave that, but again, please go back to the training and then you'll see all of the criteria. Next. And so I think, people say, well, why should I attend a hackathon? What are the benefits? Really for you, it's upskilling, building collaboration skills and disciplines outside of nursing, because you'll be with some engineers, you might be with some developers. You'll be able to grow your professional network, and you'll also learn new skills in a very low risk and supportive environment. But for your institution or wherever you're coming from, I think it teaches really a free exchange of ideas and expertise. It introduces staff and students to new skill sets, and it's also an opportunity to share and apply best practices. Next, please. So people always ask us, so I'm registered and ready, what else can I do to help? We would love it if you can spread the word. All within your networks would be great. You know, just encourage people on social media to attend, and really encourage your colleagues to come and hack with you. Next. Marion, can you advance the?
I did. Did it not?
No, okay. And this is a little bit more about the Drexel program, and it's about a nursing innovation entrepreneurship that you will receive a certificate. That we're hoping to be able to give 20 scholarships to this program. Of course, there's also an opportunity to just pay for it, but we would like to really be able to do that scholarship for you. It's scheduled for January 8th through the 9th. You actually have to attend the entire time during the hackathon to be able to qualify to get a scholarship. So I just wanted to tell you that up front. And I think we should be done, Marion. Maybe the next slide. Okay, and then if you need more information, you can go to the nursehack4health.org. And also J&J has lots of information, nursing.jnj.com, Nurse Hack for Health. And of course, you can always reach out to us for any further questions.